Good evening. It is Monday evening. We've had a good day, huh, Levi?
Yes.
So, I left. Let me just tell y'all how I do everything, because I don't know. Everybody does probably the same thing. Okay, so outside, I have the faucet that's in the corner of the chicken yard, and I have the faucet that's at the front of the barn, sort of corner of the deck, but it's on the barn side, like on the side where the front door going into my new feed room is. It's kind of over there to the left. So I put those, they both already had the foam on the pipe. The one actually out in the chicken yard had fallen off, and it was just sort of laying on the ground behind the water trough, but I picked it up and shoved it back on there. And then I filled up the chicken water, and I filled up the goat trough, the horse. I filled up the big water trough for the goats and Molly. And then I unscrewed the nozzle on both of them. Well, that one out there has been unscrewed since, I mean, the divider, because I have dividers on them. So, like, I can put a water hose, go to the garden and stuff like that. So I took the divider off. It's been off since last week. So I just had the hose. So I disconnected the hose from it, and I let it drip. Like a really good, quick drip. And then I put that foam cover thing on it that you hook the thing on the nozzle part, then you pull. Why am I doing this? Like the nozzle's down here under my neck. Put the little round thing on the faucet, the little where the water comes out, and then you pull it tight, and it's got that little pinch thing on it that closes, so you can't lift off, you can't blow off and stuff like that. Okay, so I did that on both of them. So they both got good steady drips. And then y'all seen how I got them all ready the other day. You know, the tarps are up, and then y'all seen how the goats had pulled Molly's down, and I redid it with a really big one, and I used boards across there so I could hook to it. This morning when I went out, and the goats weren't out yet because I had to let the goats out because they were locked up for the night. So this morning when I went out, Molly had taken.
And that's been doing what about Wednesday?
We'll see. Molly had taken. I told him we can't go anywhere tomorrow. It's going to snow and sleet and cold rain, and we're not going to be driving on the roads in it. But Molly had knocked. It had to have been her because goats are locked up. So she had knocked one side down, so it was like solid, and then a little section hanging over. So I was like, what the heck? So I fixed it this morning when I was doing my morning let out and everything. Everybody was good. The little chick, I didn't let my two little chicks, the two that are kind of in the brooder, I just left them in there. Just their water is filled up, and it's close to the light, so the water's not gonna freeze. And so I just put them in a big thing of food, and I've left them, and they're not coming out until this stuff's over. But the medium size, my teenage chickens, they all come running out when I opened, and I fed them, and they were out for the day. But this evening when I went out, it was about 5:15. I cooked dinner for me and Levi. We had pork chops and baked potatoes. Although I didn't bake them. I did them in the microwave, but they're still good. He's still eating on his. I got that cooked, and I said, okay, actually the potatoes were still in the microwave, but the pork chops were done. So I said,
Don't you sniffle?
as soon as I come in, we'll eat, but I'm going to go out and finish. But when I went out to close up, half of the little ones, some of them were up in the barn where Katie is, up in that little area, just scratching in that hay that she's been laying in. There was a few in the barn part and eating at like leftovers that had fallen out, like when I'm feeding up and some falls. But when I called them, there was a cluster of them at the gate. They had been out. They were out like in the yard, but they had gone to the gate, and it's chickens are so, I mean, we say chickens are smart, and then some people say, oh, chickens are so dumb. There is something to say about a chicken that will fly over the fence, but then run up and down it when it's time to come back because they don't know how they got out. Like, they don't remember flying over the first time. But they're all in this little huddle, all laying like they were compacting together because they were cold. It's getting colder. And I was all bundled up. I had my snow pants on. Several people in my comments this morning said put the coat under the you can't. That big, thick man coat is not going to be going underneath that bib snow pant thing. That's not happening. So I put the snow pants on first, zip it up. Actually this evening I had this on. This morning when I went out, I still had my nightgown on. I just stuck my pants down in the legs and zipped it all up with my nightgown as my base. Because when I come back in and stripped it all off, I wasn't ready to get dressed because the house was nice and warm and I was just still in my nightgown for a while. But, yeah, so I got them all locked up and closed in the chickens. And then I started working with Molly and the goats. Got the goats all locked up and eating and their hay. I got Molly eating hers and her hay. And, but through today, even after I put that section back up this morning, it was completely down, just like it was like a 3-foot wall of blue plastic. The top part was gone. I'm thinking, you know what? I mean, it was there, but it was laid over the board that, you know, it was like waist high. And I thought, I'm not doing it again. I love her, but if that's what she's going to do, it doesn't bother her, evidently. It's not, you know. So when she lays down in there, she will be behind the tarp. But I'm not going to keep stapling it up. It's just getting holes in it and ripping it up. And then she pushes, I don't know. I think it has the horn holes in it. It was like ridiculous. So when she goes in there tonight and she lays down, she will be behind the tarp. She won't be getting any air blowing on her. She'll be behind it. It was just, if she was standing up, she would have had, you know, cover from up high, but.
We're out of way. Do you want to make lemon tea?
Okay, well, I'll make lemon tea in a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Levi did get out a few minutes ago. I love the fact that my truck has that auto start from inside the house. Because I just went to the window with my keys. Because you have to lock it.
We know. On
the remote, you click lock. And I watch my lights on my headlight. I watch the headlights so I can see them blink. So I lock it. And then you hit the remote, the little start thing 2 times. And the truck starts up. So I guess it was about an hour ago. No, about an hour and a half ago. We ran out across the street. And I just filled up, because remember the other day I was filled up the gas in the lawnmower, and I wasn't planning to use it all. And when I realized how fast it pumped with that little siphon thing, I was in shock, and most of the gas was gone. I'm not anticipating that we lose power, but I would rather be safe than sorry. And I knew I needed to fill that jug up.
My power goes out.
This kid right here thinks power is going out. And I don't know if he doesn't understand how miserable it's going to be when the power goes out. Because then our waters are going to freeze.
Yes.
We don't want the power to go out.
The power go out to put my generator in.
But why? If the power goes out, we're not going to have any water. And then our pipes are going to freeze.
What the? Mm-hmm.
You don't like that?
I'm not.
No, don't like it.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. Anyway. But we've had a good day. We've kept aside. Minky's been in the house with me most of the day. She is on the back porch right now. And she slept on the back porch last night. She had a fire. The fire finally went out, I think, about midnight or 1 o'clock. I checked her a couple of different times, and the fire was still going good. But about 1, when I went to bed, she still had some fire. It wasn't much. It was more a few last, you know, it was still burning on 1 log. So I'm thinking, I don't know what time I went to bed, about 12:30, 1:45. I'm imagining around 1 or 1:30 her fire went out. But when I opened the door this morning, she was laid on the floor, not on the bed on the floor, and not on the bed, not on the couch under the covers. She was actually, you know, she's fur. So I'm just thinking, well, this didn't bother her at all. She may have looked all comfy in my little short that I did for y'all, because she jumped up on that couch like she's in hog heaven. She's got TV. She's going to watch Garfield. And I had Garfield going for Minky on the back porch last night.
Yes.
Yes.
My Garfield?
Yeah, she was watching your Garfield.
Watching my Garfield?
Yes. Anyway, but the house, get down, no ma'am, ladybug. I've moved Rosie over here away from the window. I didn't want her to be in the window while it's this freezing. She's over here in this corner right now, and Dissa keeps wanting to mess with her. Anyway, it's been a good day. I've kept the house warm. Right now, there is no heat in this house on except for my bedroom fireplace with the fan blowing the heat down the hallway, because when I came in from outside feeding up, I was sweating inside that suit. And when I got it off, it was like I couldn't breathe. The house was so hot I couldn't breathe. I'm just now starting to feel like some coolness on the bottom of my, because I'm just wearing capris. Anyway, it was a good day. It was a really good day. And like I said, we kept the water going, but during the night last night, right before we went to bed, I had started a load of clothes. And then I set my alarm for 6 a.m. because that would have been in some freezing temperatures for a few hours. Now, everything was dripping. Bathrooms faucet was dripping, the bathtub was dripping, the kitchen sink was dripping, the outside stuff was dripping. And then I get up a couple times a night and pee, so that's water running, that's flushing the toilet. So I feel like I kept water going in the house really good, even though it was dripping, but we were using. And like I said, right before I went to bed, like I said, it was.
Hey, all that.
You're gonna eat that potato. It was, 12:30 or 1 o'clock when I went to bed, or somewhere around in there. And I started a load of clothes. And then this morning at 6, my alarm went off at 6. And I got up and put those clothes in the dryer. And then I had like some dish towels and a towel and a blanket, one of these throw blankets from in here. And I threw that in and started it. So, and you don't really kind of know, right? Because it's been several hours and you've got water dripping everywhere. You can't keep water dripping in your washing machine. And that's a different, somewhere under there, there's a T and it goes to the washing machine. If there's no water running in that, you might get that line to freeze. But I close the lid and I hit start, and my washer does this. You hear water, psh, psh, and then you hear a click, and then water starts coming solid. And I heard them too. Psh, psh. It's just a little bit of water, like a burst of water 2 times. And then it clicked, and water came out, and I was like, praise God, that line didn't freeze during the night. So like I said, so this morning I already had water going, and right before, not even before, like while I was still watching TV, a little bit earlier in the night, like 9:30 or 10, I started the dishwasher. So I had water going in this house to keep things running, and then a couple times in the night using the toilet. And when I would use, if I had to get up and go TT, then I would stick my hand in the bathtub just to make sure I could still feel water dripping. Everything was good. You don't want to run too much because you don't want it kicking your well on all night and, messing something up. But at the same time, you need to keep enough running that nothing can freeze. And praise God, that happened. So all my water is off in the house right now. We're not at freezing temps right now. We are, now it'll start dropping. And it's supposedly around 9 o'clock is when we start getting snow places. Nope. I take that back. All right. 7 o'clock. It's only 37. It says it's 37. I don't know. I know the wind chill is cooler than that, but I feel like it's colder than 37. But that could be the wind chill. But at 9, we get this wintry mix. And moderate snow begins at 10. But it says the temperature is going to be 36. The temperature at 12 a.m. drops to 30. And then it still says we got a 95% chance of snow. It should be snowing out there at midnight. At 90. So yeah, as long as we keep the water dripping and we don't lose power, we should be good. And if we get snow, y'all will see the snow that I get here. These little dogs are going to go out in it, and I'm going to let the goats out in it. But Frodo and Bilbo, we had snow when them two were just months old. And they were adorable. And Minky was in some snow once before. She was the same snow. I don't remember what year that was. Maybe 22. Wasn't 23, I don't think. Maybe it was. I don't know. I just know that Frodo and Bilbo were just a few months old. Still bottle babies. And Minky also. And they were all out in the yard in this snow. And it was real, but it was very little snow. But it was fun. It's fun when we get it. We don't want to go anywhere in it. We're not going to be that brave. You guys that get it all the time, y'all got stuff on your wheels or certain kind of tires and chains. I don't know. You got chains on your tires. I don't know. We don't do that stuff here. We don't get it enough to think about. So it'd be better for us just not to go nowhere. And we don't plan to. Anyway, we love you guys. God bless y'all. Levi,
Love you.
you want to tell everybody good night?
Good night.
What? What did you say?
I said something. No.
Did you say a bad word?
No.
Okay.
They say nothing, Belle.
Okay. All right. Love you guys. God bless y'all.
I
Stay warm.
say nothing, Belle.
Okay. Katie, I'm trying to do a video.